Hello, and welcome everyone. Today we are playing the California. This is one of my favorite Tier 5 battleships, especially for the American side. And so, yeah. So tonight we are playing World of Warships Legends, and I am Phoenix 6-1, and we are getting rammed by a allied battleship here. So I am in a division. I do got one buddy with me playing as a destroyer. And that's always helpful because, you know, we're communicating. We do things like that. We talk to each other sometimes, occasionally. But being on a tier 5, we are in sort of a shrunken map here. So I am heading towards Zone C. And I kind of get, you know, teased by this cruiser here, this Nürnberg. And we get just absolute garbage for damage on him. But I'm quickly going to realize that Zone C is not the way for me to go because that's where both of their destroyers are heading. So you will see me take this last shot at this Nürnberg. And I try to like shoot up higher and aim a little bit higher because I saw him turning away. But I'm also kind of at the limit of my ship's range. And so like between that and like I felt like that was a terrible shot and I just got lucky. Like RNG was just, you know, huge in my favor in that example. And so I got a Citadel hit and I'm up to 21,000 damage now. But we have lost a cruiser on our team. But yeah, so like I said, like I noticed a bad situation at Zone C. So I've totally aborted the thought of even going into that zone. And I'm turning away. And so using this overview camera, if you don't use the overview camera very much, you know, if you're on Xbox or I imagine any console, really, it's, you know, your left bumper. That will keep your guns pointed in the same direction that you were facing previously. And when you switch to that overview camera, they will continue to move in that direction. So if you want to kind of look around and be able to continue to have your guns move for you, that's the way to go. Use that overview camera. So I tried to do a little sneak shot in here on this battleship, but I think most everything ends up hitting the island. So we do get 4 over penetration, so that's a little unfortunate. 4 hits that do basically no damage. So I mean, something's better than nothing at this point, right? So let's look around and see what our other options are. We are no longer spotted, so I will take my time and decide what I want to shoot. So North Carolina, that's a tier up from us, so that's a tier 6 ship. So I'll struggle a little bit to do damage against this. But this shot looks just beautiful. So I'm a little disappointed in the amount of damage I did there, but still decent. Really shouldn't complain. And then we got another California, so lots of damage to be dealt on this side of the map just between these two battleships. And they do have cruiser support on that side as well. So I'm trying to pay attention to the map as well. So we, you know, Zone C looks like our team is getting a little bit overrun over there. So I don't have like too high of hopes for winning this game at this point. We are down a ship and they are getting the cap on Zone C. So I'm kind of trying to like, you know, like can I help there? Like where can I do the most damage? And I, you know, just the thought process just involved me like, you know what? We're gonna keep shooting these battleships that are up in front of us and see where that takes us in life. Decent hit on the California. but he's going to be out of our view because of this island, and he's also getting harassed by our other ships, so I'm going to kind of think I should give up on that kill. But this North Carolina is, you know, also in decent position, but, you know, he was broadside, but he was backing up, so I'm not going to be able to get a decent shot off on him. But I do know that cruiser's still out there, so that's a little bit tempting. And then we also have some weak ships over in Zone C as well. So I'm super torn between who to even shoot at this point. There's just a lot of fire happening at this point that I can't partake in. So I get spotted here, and so that kind of tells me that there is a destroyer that's probably lining up torpedoes on me. But this Nuremberg is tempting to shoot at even as it goes dark. And then I will use the other set of turrets on the North Carolina. And get garbage for damage there. So it's crazy to get like over penetrations on a ship that's a tier above you. Is a little bit frustrating. Nuremberg, so not going to be able to hit anybody at this point. And we're not spotted anymore, so destroyer threat is non-existent at this point. There are one remaining destroyers back over in C. So I gotta give credit to my team for basically winning this game for me at this point, because we're now up two ships. Oh, now up one ship. And I have no kills, so that's how that's worked out for us. So we were just barely ahead on points just because of that extra ship kill. So at this point I kind of feel like the North Carolina on this side of the map is my responsibility. I have plenty of health. Even though he's a tier up on me, I should be able to take care of this ship. While the other three on my team, I'm hoping, can take care of the one cruiser and one destroyer over at Zone C, and then possibly get the cap, and then that should win the game for us. So we will spot the North Carolina. We take a decent hit, but we got plenty of repair parties available here, so we'll use one of those and get some of that health back. And we definitely have the upper hand here in this situation, but I'm still going to turn towards him so that they can't, you know, he can't get really big hits against me. He can't hit me broadside and get Citadel shots. So as his guns fire, I'm going to turn away from him to try and get the rear turrets to be able to fire. And we get okay damage. Maybe a little less than okay. More over penetrations. So that's one thing I'm struggling with a little bit in this game, is like which ships, you really need to know like which ships have what type of armor and how thick the armor is, and then the ship that you're using, what caliber and like how strong those guns actually are. So it's really tough to like get that combination right on occasion, and so I'm struggling with that here with the California and the North Carolina. Yeah. So I'm going to assume that he's going to keep moving in the direction that he's moving to try and keep, capitalizing on the zone capture here. So I use the overhead camera to keep my guns turning in that direction, turning to the left side of my ship. And then we will wait for him to pop up and get spotted on the other side of the island here. So yeah, like I said, I gotta give credit to the rest of my team. They've got all 3 captures now, but we are going to get this kill here to win the game. So zone captures in this scenario don't matter. That's why I always preach, you know, surviving and getting ships off the board is more important than getting zone captures. Zone captures need to kind of come organically. You need to kind of get those as like a secondary priority. But, you know, it of course all depends on strategy and all depends on what your team's up to. So I'm going to get the ram here for the win. You know, why not? That makes total sense. That's the guaranteed kill, and we got plenty of ships left over. So we'll see. That puts us at 3rd place. But thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, see you later.